and had fun, and it was really cool to hear the chuckles and the laughter and celebrate Bay Area filmmakers. So one of the things that we loved about it was that it was El Cerrito, and you did, you cast with people that if you're in the Bay Area, you probably worked with. How many of you recognize a lot of the actors or worked with the actors or been in acting classes with some of those actors? Really, really cool. So we got to talk to Mike and Winton on our podcast a few weeks ago. So I know a little bit behind, but these people don't. This is your first film.
Yes.
All right, so give it up for first-time feature filmmaker. Hard work. Give us the quick and dirty. It started off as a short. You made it into a feature. You had 9 months of. Give us the juice.
So this started as a short film that I made, and it took us 3 years to make the feature. But I feel like I've been working on this for my whole life. This has been my dream to make a film. So thank you all for being a part of the premiere. I'm so thankful that you're here. Thank you so much. So it started as a short that my friends and family helped me make, which was amazing because they believed in me enough to, give me money to do something. And I took that and I was able to put it out there, and Jamal found it online and he said, let's continue this, let's make it a feature film. And I'm always going to be thankful for Jamal for helping us out here because it would not be possible without him.
So let's hear from you, Mr. EP. How did it become possible and why?
Yeah, so originally I met Mike at Sundance in 2018, and he was telling me about this.
Oh, wait a second. So you didn't know him before, and you were at a film festival.
I was at a film festival.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So dreams do come true, y'all. Network. But yeah, so I met him. He was telling me about this film. Obviously, I was still real green to film, and then a year later, he did a short that I seen, and it was like super dope. I asked him what the budget was, and he did something real phenomenal with a small budget. And I said, what if we just 5 times, 6 times that budget and turn it into a feature film, and I'll do the rest. And he put that pen to the paper.
Dream maker, brave maker, Jamal. So yeah, I've heard this story. It sounds a little too good to be true. Give us a little more specific. Like when you heard, what got you about this story that you said, I want to take your vision? Because here's a writer and director who dreams about making a film, and he runs into you at a film festival, and you say, I'll make it happen. Why?
Yeah, so, I'm a dreamer myself. I'm a writer, director myself. I act as well. And in order for me to understand the industry, I wanted to be able to support somebody else's dream. And I love the concept that he had came up with being in the band. I do music, and I know what it's a tough industry to jump into, even starting at a level of, talent shows or, trying to get a show somewhere. So that was real important. And then the diversity of the cast and his vision in general. And I just really believed in it and supported it and wanted to bring it to life. And plus it was Bay Area.
Bay Area. Jamal's going to get a lot of Instagram connections tonight. So really, follow these makers. Would you follow Punk Kids Film? Follow Mike and the cast and crew and Jamal, because they're doing stuff. They're not just talking about it, and I thank you for that. Kilani from Tiny Rabbit. Let's hear from you. Come on, let's hear you made this come to life too. The whys, the hows.
So this has been such a long process in the making, and it's been just an incredible journey to see everybody, like where they started 3 years ago to like now. It's just a huge jump, and I know this has been a huge opportunity for so many people. So thank you so much, Jamal, for giving all of us scrappy indie filmmakers this opportunity. We really appreciate it.
You all hometown local people really showed the love, and I think it was so fun, in the hallway. Rochelle, you can pass it on. We can hear from Rochelle. In the hallway, it was so fun to see the butterflies that were coming out of you, the nerves, because you kind of felt like, is this really going to live up to all the hype, yeah?
Yeah, and also, just making sure everything works. I'm like, we're going to have all these people in the theater and something's going to go wrong, man. I know it. But it was great. So it was so awesome to see everybody react to the film, and I feel so much better now. So it's time to party.
We're going to talk about what you learned and what you would do differently, because as filmmakers, the shoe always does drop, or whatever that phrase is. We're always expecting things to go wrong, and I want to hear a little bit about what you would do different. But real quick side note, one of my favorite things, too, is when you came in, you saw it on the screen for the first time. You know, we required all of our films to have open captions. If you're new to the BraveMaker community, my name is Tony Gappistone, founder and director. Open captions means that there is not an option to toggle it off, like closed captions when you're watching things on your laptop. Why? Because last year, we dropped the ball as a festival with the deaf community when we had a film that was purposely for them with open captions, and they all came, and then they asked, what other films do you have that have open captions? And out of 40 some, we only had 2. And so now forever, because we're learning that this is the way to be inclusive of all communities. So give it up for that. So filmmakers had to spend extra money to make that happen, and they've never done it before. I didn't even know what this was up until last year. And when you came in, you're like, dang, those are really big captions.
Yeah, it looked a little big when I was right in the front here, but I think in the back it looks okay. But I think, you know, the point stands that this is really about accessibility, and I really, you know, stand with that cause. So I'm down for it, and I'm looking forward to, you know, making more of that in all the films coming up.
And the cool thing about accessibility is seeing captions, like creative captions, you know, when people are cheering loudly, or bird, or whatever. Those things, I think, even as me, I'm a hearing person, but it gives me another way to connect with the film. Rochelle, let's hear from you and your experience.
Well, yeah, this was my first feature film. We all met when it was just a short film back in 2019. And then the pandemic happened, and half of us moved to LA. So it was just really great to see it still happen. Thank you to Jamal and Mike and Kalani for casting all of us. I think it was really the connections that we made that was just really great for me. And
Connections on set with the cast and crew. Have you worked together with anybody else since? Yet?
No.
Okay, what's up with that? Let's make more stuff happen. Good. Okay, cool. All right. Winton Odd. Can we give it up for this guy? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that came out at the right time. Hallelujah. That was great. Let me just say personally, I've known Winton for some time, you know, from mutual circles. And I had a respect for you. We showed your film when you were in Peter Pan, right when pandemic happened in 2020. And I was like, oh, this guy's great. He teaches acting. You did something, like, I think really beautiful. Like, you were so believable, man. You want to hear that as an actor. You really were. I was believing your journey. So kudos to you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's hear about bringing Elmo to life and the continuity challenges over 9 months.
Plot twist, I am Elmo. Winton is a character in my life. No, yeah, I mean, first honored. I didn't get to come to the first one, but yeah, Peter Pan was great. I mean, I don't even know where to start, honestly. I just related so much to Elmo and his struggle and his journey. I didn't know until we got the script, and I love reading the script over and over and over again, and I look for the themes and the message that they want to tell, and I saw the connection of Frankenstein. It's throughout this whole movie. It's a patch, it's a poster in the garage, it's on my t-shirt. When I'm talking to Ruby in the bathroom, I'm talking about how I felt dead and I got electrocuted. I read all that and I picked up on that from them, and then I also felt like I felt those moments in my personal life. So, yeah, that really hit, period. And then I just fleshed that out, so to speak. Pun intended? Flesh? Because he's dead? That works? I'll take it.
Tiffany, your turn. Stephanie.
No worries. I think it's such a blessing to be a part of this film. Everyone on the cast and crew is just amazing at their jobs. Everyone showed up every day, like through a pandemic, through sickness and health, literally, and just gave it their best. And honestly, Mike's writing was incredible to the point that it just made playing the character fun and easy. And Being Nancy was really awesome because I feel like I was that emo kid in high school that just like cared about things no one else cared about, right? So that was fun, and just getting to be the older sister, and I know how to do that well. I have sisters, so lots of sisters. But yeah, so I just feel incredibly blessed to be a part of this journey, and all the highs and lows. I'm just so thankful that everyone showed up the way that they did.
Thank you, Stephanie. You all pulled off a period piece in COVID. It's a period piece. Making a movie is hard, but when you have to do it in a different decade, it's even harder. So kudos to you. We have time for some questions. Pop them out, throw your hand up, and I will repeat those questions. Yes, right there. Mark.
Why were there no cell phones? Everyone had landlines.
That's because it was the 90s. It's period. That's okay. No dumb question. That's good. All right, next question. Come on, shout it out for your. Go ahead, up there. No? Question, go ahead, over here.
For the auditioning process, how did that go? How did you guys find out about the roles? How did you guys go about auditioning? And on top of that, did you guys audition for your original roles, or did you audition with sides from the different
Casting process and audition process is the question.
So for when we turned it into a feature film, I had, some specific people that I wanted to have a part of the film, just understanding it being a small budget, and if we had to keep the film in this market of the Bay Area, to understand that we could sell tickets and pay investors back and stuff like that. So it was very specific on who we casted for the feature film. Now, I don't know the process, the audition process, how they started on the short film. I think Mike could talk about that. Okay, Lonnie.
I think the actors would have more insight into like how they found it, which I'm actually interested in, because I was like, it was my first thing, and like people are coming to audition for my movie, like what, But it was just amazing to see that and be part of that process. Shout out to Heather who helped us with the auditions. But yeah, it just I couldn't have asked for better cast to like come and try to be part of this movie. Like it just we've been talking this whole week about all the stories of production, and I'm like, I don't have any of those horror stories. Like our cast and crew was amazing and everyone believed in each other. So yeah, it was a pleasure, but I'd like to hear from you guys.
Well, I knew Kalani. She was a photographer friend, and she was like, you should audition. I actually saw it on SF Casting and didn't audition because it said bass player, and I was like, I'm not a bass player. And she's like, no, just try out. And I was like, and she's like, it'll probably not be, a feature. It's just short film right now, so you'll be fine. Lo and behold, it became a feature. So, yeah.
So, Stephanie, you didn't play bass?
No.
And Winton didn't play drums? Give it up, Winton, for this story. Tell us about that, Winton. Not a drummer. Let's hear it.
Yeah. I think I found this audition on Craigslist. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I found it online. They have these websites just for anyone who wants to act or is acting. Casting Network is one of the main ones I use. You can Google casting sites. The reason this is so important to me is because I danced for 10 years plus, way before I even acted. And I was in LA at an audition with a dancer friend of mine. I was staying at his apartment, and he was on a website just going in. And I was like, what are you doing? He was like, it's a casting site, man. You can press submit to stuff, and you can book a job. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? He's like, yeah, I book dancing jobs on here. As soon as he said that, I went back home, and I immediately signed up. I was so green, it's ridiculous. I would blend in to the green screen with the news anchor. Okay? But that's how I started. I was just super pumped about it. So yeah, you do have to pay monthly, whatever the case may be, but you can sign up, you can submit to jobs. And like I said, I had like maybe one photo. Shout out to my sister. I had no photos on my profile page. She was in high school at the time and took photography class. And I was like, yo, we're going out to take some photos. We gotta make it happen. So like I said, our cast is scrappy, so are the actors we're the actors. Anyways, to answer your question, sorry. Yeah, I didn't play drums, and lo and behold, our writer and the one who helped put this together is a drummer. So I was able to, pick his brain. He recorded a lot of the movements, like actually the songs for me. So I had my phone set up or my laptop set up. I had like my mom's pillow. Sorry, Mom, shout out. I had like 4 of her pillows in the bedroom, and then I bought some drumsticks, and I was just going in on the pillows, like practicing, kind of like my own little rehearsals. Just because me personally, I didn't want to hardcore fake it. Like, I wanted to really hit those things. And shout out, the last scene at the end, I really broke that stick while we were recording. So that smile at the end is like, this is dope. Such a fraud. No, it was great. So yeah, I wish I had more coordination. I did bring it in from dancing. There was a nice bridge into playing the drums, being able to do that. But yeah, that's applaud to musicians and drummers, because that's another level of coordination, especially when they start going all over the place. But shout out to editing. You made me look amazing.
We got time for one more question. Is there a pressing question right here?
Well, I was really super inspired by this. It brought me back. I'm a 90s kid and I love rock and everything, so it's really to the home, the heart. So where can we see this? I would love to share this with everyone. It's available soon.
You can see it tomorrow. I know, yeah, we're working on that part. Yeah, I mean, we were doing, this is our first festival, this is our premiere, so hopefully we're going to be having more screenings, more Bay Area screenings, but that's, you know, largely up to you guys. Like, if you help put the word out and help us get some momentum and some traction, that's really going to contribute. So you could be a part of this journey too.
Yeah, you know, the state of film and entertainment is like really on strike right now, if you didn't know. So, but like what Mike said, hoping to get to more film festivals, get it noticed more. We have a independent distribution strategy as well if we get to that point, but it'll definitely come to, you know, theaters near you, streaming near you at some point, and we definitely, as independent filmmakers, need the public to help push, you know, the narrative of independent filmmaking, so, you know, we can pay back investors and stuff, and we can do it all over again.
Get those phones out, grab a photo of them right now, follow at Punk Kids, please post and celebrate these amazing makers and all of the things that they are doing. We are so excited about what we, as BraveMaker, get to host when we bring you creative talented people into these theaters. The very first film festival we did, we had a little actor named Jesse Garcia, who was in a film called Collisions. Anyone recognize that name, Jesse Garcia? He just was in Flaming Hot on Hulu.
Yeah.
He was in Mother with Jennifer Lopez. 4 years have passed, and all of a sudden he's there. We expect and hope, in good ways, these great things for you too. So please support independent filmmakers. You can donate to BraveMaker so we can keep doing these types of things. Look on the back of your program and see all of the sponsors that contributed. We did not get a presenting sponsor this year. A presenting sponsor is usually an organization or company that covers like more than half or about half of the expenses and things that are needed. We didn't get one this year. Budget cuts, lots of layoffs in the Bay Area, people feeling it. But all these organizations stacked hands little by little to make this happen, and a sold-out crowd like you helps us pay for the rental fees in Century 20. So thank you. If you'd like to become a donor, there's 31 people who do it every month. There's cards right here. Give it up for Nadia, Flamenco, our venue manager here, our whole BraveMaker team. Thank you, team. Can I get a slide? The next slide? If you want to come to our next session, we have tickets available for the Late Night Brave Fakes. These 5 amazing films, and the filmmakers are all here except for one of them. So come and hang out at the Late Night Brave Fakes, 9:45 a.m. and check out tomorrow. A whole slew of tickets available, as well as 3 p.m. for the next screening of Punk Kids tomorrow. All right, Brave Stories Change the World. Good night, everybody. Go on the Red Carpet.
Totally. John, appreciate y'all. Come on, Millie, get up here. Huh? No, we talk about it in a second. Let's get in here and get a good photo.